Today, I have been getting a lot of text messages, praise God, for people saying Happy Easter, but in a way that most Christians can understand, where they just say the words, He has risen. And in it, I know what response they're wanting back. He is risen indeed. But because I have not been too far away from Friday, today's Sunday, Friday was only a few days ago, my heart still resonates with Friday. It resonates with middle Saturday, even though today is Sunday, because I know a lot of people are stuck still at the burial site. I know some people are in the point of being in that middle Saturday, and it's hard for them to get to that Sunday because it just hasn't happened for them yet. Let me share what I'm talking about. The reality was in John 19, right at the end, it talks about Christ being buried. Oh my goodness, his disciples, the people who joined in with him, his mother, all of them, to see him being buried after they had given their lives to be part of that whole thing. The burial left them completely, I am sure, broken-hearted. The same as when you find that your family may not be stable right now, or your sister's just been abused, or someone's just had this horrific health incident in their life. God says he's the Alpha and Omega. But that doesn't mean he's not there in the middle. That middle, that walking, that journey. I'm not saying it is easy, but what I am saying is it is a reality. And as Christians who have given our life, who have taught our children, our grandchildren, are waiting for that victory. But sometimes that middle can be a long stretch in the valley. I think of Romans 12:12, where it talks about be joyful in hope, patient in affliction. That part about being patient in affliction reminds me of that middle, that Saturday. And then it says, faithful in prayer. That means we should not stop talking to God, even though we may be in so much pain, even though we may have a loss for words. Just being with God, say, God, I am sitting here with you, is being in that middle with him, because he says in the affliction, be with him, pray to him. We are not to skip that middle. We're not to just shut down. Transformation happens in the middle. And that's something that as you learn and grow with Christ, you realize it all the time that it's not something to skip. It may be painful. It may be super uncomfortable, but there's work there to happen in the middle. It might be that you have to choose a job that you just didn't want to start working, or show up each morning and be joyful with your children, even though your heart has been broken lately, where you just have to get up, brush your teeth, brush your hair, and wash your face. Maybe you need to go to counseling and you've just tried to avoid it all these years. Stop making the middle last longer if you don't have it, to have it be that way. Go to the counselor. Christ died so we would all have hope. When you feel there is no hope, when you are having issues with your children, your grandchildren, your marriage, your church family, your personal health, remember God is right there in that middle, in that affliction. And this is why he came. I believe that God does want us to have life more abundantly. And in the silence, in the noise, in the brokenheartedness, there is where I have seen God pour out this life more abundantly, because only he can give it. In this moment of hurtfulness, in the middle, I want to give you wisdom and say, be careful not to make hasty decisions. Listen to wise counsel. make sure it's biblical. And when Jesus was buried on that Friday, though it seemed like the end, it was not, because resurrection was coming on Sunday. And that is how people are able to say, he has risen indeed. Remember, because he lives, it does change everything.